It's simple, people. We're out here. We're pogging. We're doing the best we can, okay? And it's going pretty well. Start each run damaged. Jared Leto called. He wants his forehead tattoo back. Now don't play too fast, okay? This is not 9 in the morning anymore. This is 2 p.m. I gotta slow myself down because I'm already at highway speeds. Upgraded card. The only downside is that there might not be that much upside. 100 gold, I snooze. Transform 2 cards. Now you got me feeling a certain sort of way. The risk is minimal. The reward, potentially outrageous. Now, we don't want to hit an early shop, so I think we want to take like this path. I will say Thunder Strike. Does it sound like a song that like an AC/DC cover band would sing? Yeah, it does. It does, and I don't think anybody would deign to deny that. I guess I'll just kill you. It could be a good card for us, I think, if we're able to build a run themed around lightning. Very, very frightening. Right now, it's gonna suck a little bit, I think, right? It must. Because we're summoning lightning at such a slow pace that I have a hard time believing that this is going to be a very valuable card for us early. But you know what? We got a lot of enablers already. Like, and unlike, you know, in the A&E show Intervention, an enabler in Slay the Spire, I think, is a very positive thing. Self-repair, very important. Also allows us to feel more confident, possibly taking a relic like Coffee Dripper. You're going to do 14 damage. Would you look at that? It's perfect. Now we have to live long enough to make that happen in the first place, but take a second cold snap. Trying not to think in archetypes, but also trying not to deny the fact that we have a possible, like, Frost Focus setup. I'm going to go... I hate to stuff our deck with curses, especially when we've been doing so well recently. Maybe that's, like, the path forward. Once you get up to those high-level ascensions and not every run is necessarily winnable, you might want to be a little bit more, you know, swing for the fences and you get a few more strikeouts, but when home runs are all that matters, then, I mean, you'd have to be a fool not to give it a try, I suppose. This is 5 block. This is also 5 block. Let's do it this way, then. Guarantees you die next turn. But for right now, I'm enjoying the slightly more conservative way that we're playing. Now, I think this is our first skip. We don't need 2 self-repairs. Do we have the means to kill this elite? This one might sting a little bit. I would not be surprised to take like 50 damage over the course of this fight. I hope that's not going to be the case, but... And 6 passive block per turn is very sweet, for sure. I mean, I hate to buff him a little bit, but he's actually not hitting. I guess I've got to remember that this is, it's only Ascension 6, so the enemies are not hitting as hard as I'm used to on my cellular telephone. Rainbow is very tempting, but I don't know. I feel like I don't have a very good success rate with the card, personally. So Thunderstrike gets cheaper. I think we want Zap to be cheaper so we can always play it. And we would love to like add some ball lightnings if possible, but I'll say forget shops on this floor. Lose the gold. Start each combat with 1 strength. Merchant restocks cards, relics, and potions. Everything's reduced by 20%. That's like one of those relics. I kind of consider it a nothing relic, but you should also know that I don't know what I'm talking about. You've heard my relative power rankings of like relics in this game, and not always the sort of thing where I personally would say like, hey, you should be listening to this guy for advice. But I'm listening to you for advice. I think we've put a lot of it into practice so far as well. Let me just think about this. We want this and this. If we can get a lot of good cards upgraded on this floor and pick up a couple of relics from bosses, I mean, that's the dream right there. Now we're about to get our deck stuffed with a bunch of garbage. Can I say the unthinkable thing? I think we might be in a position to actually be talking about possibly removing Thunderstrike from our deck, because it's just... I don't even want to put that evil out into the world because it is one of like the ways that we scale over a very long boss fight, but it's not hitting the way I needed to hit right now, especially with 3 energy. Take a second rebounds. I don't really know what I'm doing with them yet, but it's hard to go wrong, probably. As long as you don't attack me next turn, I'm chilling. If you both attack, that's an Ascension 19 level play if you both attack. I can't believe that you would do me dirty like that. So you're gonna make me vulnerable. And I have none block. Well, I have 1 Frost Orb, but I otherwise have none block. That's pretty annoying for me, but I'm still feeling pretty good. Listen, man, we need to add more cards. We did really well adding a bunch at the start, but in particular, we need more defense. Maybe like a go for the eyes. I'm going to ignore winged boots for now until maybe like to get to a shop when we have a lot more money might be nice. Our boss is you. I'm thinking this floor is actually okay, all things considered. All joking aside. I think we get out of it without having to heal, which is like a pretty positive situation for us. Swift potion. I'm happy with my existing potions. I can't believe it. I'm taking another cold snap. If I could just hot swap Thunderstrike for a blizzard, like this would be a dream come true. It all even sounds like a Fallout Boy song in and of itself, right? I swapped the Thunderstrike for a blizzard. A loaded gun complex, cock it and pull it. We're going. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I don't want to use this orb unless we have to. I mean, we could either do 14 damage or 16 damage, because we're probably not playing to defend either way, because it makes him stronger, so... That being said, we are going to play 2 defends right here. I'm gonna find a way to do 18 damage to you. I'm upset with myself. I can do 16 damage to you. Kind of blew it on this one, honestly. I'm gonna pop 2 more defends. I'm in the spin cycle, man. No, we got there. We get there. That's what happens when you lose your lightning orbs. Eternal Feather. I could live with that. And I think I could live with a recursion. Now, what needs upgrading? Go for the eyes needs upgrading. Our deck could certainly use like more draw. And I'm just trying to figure out like how I want to send this. I think early on, you can always get down with like a flex potion. On turn 1, we stop you from buffing, which is beautiful for me. How about a block and a dual cast? And I'll rebound a cold snap. I understand we take damage as a result of that, but I'm too lazy to play the way I'm supposed to play. Something like that'll help us out. So you're going to be weak for next turn as well, which is the real reason I played it. Very nice. Thunderstrike might be our kill card at the end of the game. But we need to, I mean, the only thing that generates lightning for us is Zap and like our spawn relics. So like our starting relics. So we got a long way to go. I mean, we don't really have that much damage in the deck. I guess we have more attack cards than I normally have. But the actual like raw level of damage is pretty low. Should definitely be playing slower. That's obvious, but old habits die hard. You know how it is. That's 13. I'll just play the defend. It'd be nice to get out of this without having to play my other orbs as well, but... Okay, you are doing 32 damage. It's still, like, not enough to justify playing it, which is kind of a sad thought, because, like, most of our fights are not going to go that long. So I think it's kind of like put up or shut up territory for Thunderstrike. Like if I can't play it now, when can I play it, man? I think the answer is that's why they say now or never, right? This might be a never type situation. Okay, we win these. The good fight, but I mean I'm feeling like pessimistic about the state of the deck. I think you gotta run Echo Form out of these. Because, like, Seek, I love, but we would be seeking something like Echo Form. And Buffer is great, too, but, I mean, Echo Form is just more transformative. I almost feel like Velvet Collar is, like, not playable. Do me a favor. Let's use the Astrolabe to get ourselves out of this position, okay? Transform Thunderstrike. I can't believe I'm doing it. And then we've added a lot of strike-adjacent cards. Aggregate, Chill, Compile Driver. I think that's I see that as an absolute win. I love Chill. ChatGPT, when you ask it to hang out, be like, Compile Driver will draw 1 to 2 cards and is upgraded, and Aggregate might allow us to be able to play Echo Form if we get a little bit lucky and draw it on the same turn as Echo Form. I mean, even just this, we can, like, Chill. Oh, it only summons 1. I don't know why I thought it was 1 per. Well, you know what? We can we can at least evoke 2 orbs with this potion and free up a potion spot. And then, honestly, it sounds crazy. I would rather not dual cast, because just evoking you next turn is worth as much as a dual cast this turn. And maybe I don't even evoke you next turn. Who knows? Right, doubling up on rebound. Was that what I wanted for myself? Is that the way I saw this going down? I mean, I'd rather just have a Frost Orb and do a lot of damage. Obviously, we need more block. Aggregate's going to be garbage here. Probably just go straight for, like, the double evoke. We got to think more carefully, okay? Adding Echo Form to your deck is, like, a big adjustment. We don't have enough zero-cost cards to justify a scrape, I think. So that's a pass. 50% chance to get cursed. We take those odds. Now, we did get cursed, but we knew the shop was right here anyway. Go ahead and cut it. And then this is where it all starts to matter a lot. I feel like, for me, this shop is Ornamental Fan. We often play 3 attacks, and Echo Form's going to make that easier. And Defrag is just like, you got to have it. It's a power you got to have. And I don't mind going through some combat. Winged Boots, I'm not the guy who is, like, tended to use Winged Boots that effectively. So I'm trying to think about, like, basically I'm reverse engineering. Why is it so expensive? It must be good. So how is it good? Well, that's what we're trying to figure out, brother. I guess using it to dodge an encounter when you're instead very likely to die is probably a good answer. I'm sorry to do this, by the way, but I don't believe that I can afford to play Echo Form. And I wish I could. I guess I'd rather hit you twice. Can't help but feel there might have been a better way to handle that, but we're actually not looking that bad. Worst aggregate of all time. Capacitor could fit with us as well. We're going to kind of, like, get enough passive block. Our dream, at least, is we get enough passive block from Frost Orbs to allow us... It opens us up to be able to do attacks. And then we can make up for any early damage we take by playing an Echo Formed Self-Repair. That's how I look at it, at least. So we'll play Defrag. We're taking none damage. Capacitor, sure. I just Capacitor and then your best damage dealer. Okay, so I think we got something. It might not be... it might not be enough, but we got something. I would definitely go for the kill, which brings a rebound back. I would definitely weaken you, which gives us block. And you can... I was going to call it genius. That's probably a step too far. I was going to say you're starting to see the genius of this Ornamental Fan pickup, which might have rubbed some people the wrong way to start with. I don't know. Now, this boss fight is a nightmare because we're adding, like, so many voids to our deck, or days, but... You gotta do what you gotta do. Double up on the self-repair. Don't even play anything else. There's no need. But a heal for 14 if we live long enough is pretty slick. Honestly, do me a favor. We could double up a Compile Driver, but give me more orbs, man. I want the orbs out there. I can dual cast you, and then Recursion, which gives us enough block to take none damage. Now we could... I mean, I know that the consensus is that it's not a great card. But you'll have to forgive me, because I feel like a A Blizzard could go kind of crazy, and I'm not talking about Dairy Queen. I also think we kind of like a Recycle to possibly, when Recycle gets upgraded, which we're probably going to do like right away, it costs 0, and as a result might allow us to play Echo Form and other stuff. Now there's a part of me that thinks, is there something else we'd like to Winged Boots, like upgrade Defrag or Recursion or something like that? Or would we rather try to do 2 elite fights, which seems very optimistic to me? But I guess I'd rather elite fight first, and then we could dodge elites later if we have to. Any chance? Oh, no chance. Any guarantee that you're gonna die? Yes, there is. Okay, so we have a flow chart for a win condition. It's not automatic, as much as I wish that it were. The flow chart for our win condition is like survive until you get Echo Form, and then, I mean, play your best card twice. You probably could tell where that was going. How about a rebound? I actually would like prefer not to draw Echo Form on this turn. Which sounds crazy, but like I don't have the energy base to really play it. So I gotta wait till next turn, which means this is gonna suck. I mean, it's just, you wanna draw it when you have the energy necessary to play it. That is probably pretty self-evident. Thought about recycling the Recursion, but I don't know. Recursion is not, I don't think it's that bad for us. Now, what do you play here? I think this is definitely a double Cold Snap situation. Weaken you, of course. I guess I'll like rebounds. Recursion again. Come on, come. Thank you, thank you. Now, you can see, it, like, our deck doesn't appear to be anything like particularly amazing. I think, at least, and I think you'll probably agree. But just a little extra focus plus some extra orbs is actually doing work, man. This is a pretty horrible hand. I'll tell you what, though. Now is not as bad. So don't get me wrong, Compile Driver, the draw is crazy, but the doubled block is something that I really appreciate. And then we can get extra energy. Maybe like rebound Compile Driver. The draw was kind of anus, but it is what it is. Oh, we were 1 away from Ornamental Fan. That would have gone way harder than playing a block for 5. Okay. So, let's do the double rebound first, so that we get rebound back next turn. We can recycle a defend. Just because defends are not great cards at this stage of the game. And then, I mean, I guess I'd rather double zap here. I think we should go for broke. Right? We're pretty close. You're going to put up some block next turn, though, which is going to be annoying. Recursion at least gets the lightning closer to the front. I mean, this is way more tactical than I want this fight to be at this point, but it is what it is. You're dead, right? Presumably. Definitely. Okay, we make those. Easy, easy. This is not really what I was looking for, but I do think a ball lightning fits. And we'll save Winged Boots. We'll continue on our path. We could transform 2 more cards, man. And like, normally I would... You know what, though? We do tend to do a lot of attacks. Like, our orbs don't do a lot of damage. They do a lot of blocks. So actually, I'll default to 3 strength on turn 1. Worst Warpaint of all time just dropped. No disrespect intended. Shame with no shop. I hate to do it, man. I don't know if I can work. Maybe I can work with Frailty because most of our block is coming from orbs. Okay. I'm willing to give it a chance. And then sadly here, I'm very tempted to rest. But if, like, resting kind of... I worry that it just it looks like it's keeping you alive in this situation, but it rather accelerates the process of you dying. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Lowest HP first. There we go. Didn't get a lot of attacks turn 1, but you know, if we can get a gambling chip or something like that, I think we'll be pleased with what we got. So block is important, man. But so is damage. But so is block. 10-7-7 is enough to get us there. Let's just keep 1 orb on reserve. Not drawing Echo Form early is it's annoying. Certainly is proving to be more annoying than I thought it would be. But the focus orb is helping. We'd really like to make it innate. But that relic is... It seems to me to be so rare that I don't even know what it's called. It's not Mummified Hand, but it has a similar sort of... I mean, it has a power synergy, I suppose. Bottled something? Bottled something? So you're doing 18 damage. I think we ignore Echo Form. Compile me. This is exactly what I want to see. Now you're doing 13 damage. And we're healing. So anytime we can start to make progress in our HP in the positive direction, I'm starting to feel a little bit better about myself. Now, I do like draw. Like, cool-headed will be important, I think. Deck's getting a little stuffed, but... I mean, I guess you should think about your deck being too stuffed when you're not getting draw cards. When you're getting draw cards, you're kind of like keeping it neutral or even thinning it. I'm going to choose a card to add. And, dude, I'm telling you, Chad told me that it's garbage, but I'm serious, man. I think Blizzard just makes sense for what we got going on here. It's our damage scaling. It's our only form of damage scaling. Order looked kind of scuffed on that one, but I think it's the way to go. So it's... I mean, you already know this. I already know this. It's going to continue to be hard to draw Echo Form early reliably when we consistently add more cards to our deck, but that's life, man. That's life. This guy is hidden like a truck. He's hidden like a son of a gun. Very important. It's something. It's something. And it gets a lightning orb to the front. I mean, the self-repair is keeping us in the game right now. I feel reasonably confident of that. You are dead if I just end the turn. Okay. So do we need the rest? I don't think we need any of this. We're at 51. Who's the boss? We have decent AoE. I think this is a better safe than sorry type situation for me personally. A Doom and Gloom is tempting just to get a Darkness Orb out there, man. I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Skip it. I'm self-conscious about my 25 card deck. Yeah! This is huge. Turn 1, Echo Form. I'm going to leave you around, because if there's enemies around when we get this again, we'd be very happy to see it. Okay, so don't neglect your potions on this. So that early Echo Form is insane, though. That's crazy. Let's pop one of these. I don't think we really need to pop a Blessing of the Forge on this. Remember, whatever you play first gets doubled. We'd really, in practice, we would like to get more Frost Orbs as soon as possible. So let's draw more Frost Orbs, presumably. I'll play a Cold Snap. Well, let's interleave some Zaps in there. I'll play a Cold Snap. That gives us some block, too. I guess I'd be happy enough to get some Lightning out there as well. It gives us a good chance to take 7 damage off the field. Even better, okay. So yeah, we're going to take some damage, okay? Get used to it. And then the ideal doubled card for us would be Defrag. But, like, the Cold Snaps are pretty good. I would love to not draw Defrag off of this. That's actually a good one. I think I could do that. We're not really worried about Aggregate, obviously. What do you do? Are you summoning again, you piece? Our Blizzard is already, like, about to go crazy. But first we Defrag. And then I think we do like a rebounded blizzard. Because these blizzards are going to start to hit like a truck. Now, it might be nice to actually get more orbs, because this guy's going to start hitting us for like 60, 70 damage at some point, I think. So let's orb ourselves up. I am going to... Oh, we're weak, so our blizzard is garbage tier, man. Okay, in that case, cold snap me first. I'd rather take the orbs. Compile me. Zap me. Dual cast me. And a blizzard does 11. I'd rather have the block, quite frankly. I'd rather have the block. That's maturity right there. Okay, well. No, you didn't need to double up on it, man. There's no need for all that. Here's a crazy play. Oh, you should dump a defend. Okay, I thought I could recycle 2 cards. I got it confused, but... Okay, lots of damage coming out. What do we want to double up on? I still think you want to double up on Cold Snap. And now it's not even for block. Now it's for buffing Blizzard so we can take out waves faster. I think we got something, and I think it took us a minute to get there, but I think we got something. Honestly, I would double up on Cold Snap again. We finally, like, play Capacitor and get you killed. I don't think we can be killed, man. I know that's like, you know, maybe we're in the eye of the hurricane right now, but I feel like as long as we... And I've been bad at this historically in all card games, but Slay the Spire is definitely a card game last time I checked. It's all about the win condition. The win condition for us right now is lots of block and then Blizzard. So we're trying to play Blizzard for double damage whenever possible, but it's obviously it's not going to be possible here. But still, but what I'm trying to get at is basically the more Frost Orbs we create by doubling up with our Echo form on generating Frost Orbs, the better it is for dual cast in the long run, okay? There you go. So we get there. This is a huge one. Recycle Shame. I wonder if we had the opportunity to do that before and I just didn't notice. And, you know, we don't even need to evoke this. Dual cast can almost be removed from the deck right now. Huge. You have to play Blizzard, and it's an outrageously high-value play. You'll never convince me that Blizzard is bad. You'll never do it. It just saved my life. I'm a Fission guy. Honestly, upgraded Fission is great. All for One doesn't fit what we're trying to build here. We don't have a lot of zero-cost cards. Bias Cognition can be great, but I think you use it more likely to kill things rather than to build big Frost Orbs. Fission just gives you big turns. Runic and Echo Form are very nice to me because we can use that to hold on to an aggregate, pop it when we get Echo Form, or hold on to a Blizzard if we draw it late in a turn, and then pop it after on the start of the next turn so we can get the double effect of it. See, this is growth, right? Previously, I would have been like, oh, the only good relic is Runic Dome, but it's so scary. And actually, Runic Dome might not be that bad, because once we get our orbs going, we don't really care about what the enemy's doing. We just play Frost. But I think this is like a rare case of 3 good relics in this situation, man, because we don't really... I mean, 3 relics and 1 curse? That ain't that bad. I just think that maybe this helps us set up like better turns with Echo Form. But you never know what those 3 relics are going to be. Calipers. Sorry, I was pulling on my sock here, and then it slipped and I kicked my desk. You heard my toenail scratch my desk. Calipers might be a run winner for us. We got lots of orbs. We get Frost in the orbs. I mean, I got to remember we got some of those orbs due to our potion last time. But if we can generate, like, in surplus of 15 extra block per turn, we'll be pleased. Now, this boss, we have 3 powers. I'm not even sweating that. I think that the Awakened one doesn't hard counter us too much. Let's aggregate. Let's Chell. Cool-headed me. That would have been an amazing time to draw Echo Form, but, you know, life goes on. So, let's see how we're doing here. I feel like we're doing okay, but let's see how we're doing here. You definitely Echo Form. This is a perfect time for a Blessing of the Forge, I think. So we get like 15 block and 3 energy and some draw. That's a big save for us. I would probably rebound the Cold Snap up here. and then immediately, like, evoke it. Because they're pretty nasty with the damage on this turn, man. That's no joke. Now you start thinking about the future. And the future is Frost, man. The future is Frost. Don't you forget it. Don't really want to recursion it. Rather just hit you. So we're looking. We really want capacitor, but we really want defrag as well. 17 damage twice. It's not as good as I want it to be. Oh, but with pen nib, it's kind of crazy though. Let's pop the Snecko Eye. Wow, we got like insanely good draw. So we gotcha. We could have exhausted our curses as well, but not necessary. Okay, so far so good. Great floor. Let's try to add 3 colorless. Let's see how it's looking. What would we like to see? Honestly, again, like a Panacea is great. Purity could be great as well to exhaust some of our garbage. Honestly, I just like the idea of drawing my better cards more often. I don't really want another power. I kind of feel like Mind Blast is a great start. Even at its expensive cost, we are going to have like, it's 23 damage on turn 1. I rarely take that. And then Secret Technique to give me a skill, probably would be looking for like, I think we can make it work, because maybe that could give you like aggregate, maybe it could give you cool-headed, I don't know. Let's fight for now. But I do want to use winged boots on this floor. We just got to think about what to use them for effectively. So I'm sorry to do this, but we have to play Echo Form. And then, yeah, you take 9 damage. You just assume maybe you play a self-repair and you make up the difference, right? So give me Secret Technique into an aggregate. Into a cool-headed. So that takes us to 8 energy. Certainly, do I want to evoke? Evoking orbs is like better for immediate block. And then just the capacitor. This recycle is kind of a dead draw. We definitely, I would say just double up on the orbs for now. We'd really prefer to double up on self-repair instead of playing it for its normal utility. But actually, now that I look at it, we kind of run the risk of, and it's gonna happen. Or no, wait, let me see what we're getting here. Yeah, I think we should have just played it, because now I'm just gonna kill you. We could have tried to stall a little bit, but nah, not necessary. Shop, necessary. Starting with focus is very good, I think. Removing the frailty curse, starting with 1 extra focus, really fits what we're trying to build. And I think we're kind of chill on everything else. Maybe like... I like buying Blessing of the Forge, because Fission is not as good until it's upgraded. Boys, I apologize to you. Now I'm gonna be like, we're using the boots, okay? Fission needs to be upgraded, so I don't necessarily have to rely on the potion. We've only got a few more opportunities to use the winged boots, man. So let's go ahead and take an upgrade, like while we're here. Secret Technique not exhausting is a big one. And then maybe we'll find another opportunity to use that last winged boot. I guess I would chill on you for a second, and then I would, like, blast your mind. Or am I I guess I'm blasting you with my mind. And at the very least, I mean, I think it's a horrendous first turn, but at least we did some damage and we exhausted some cards we don't want to see in the future. Man, this is straight anus. This is not good. You have to play Echo Form. Do we have an aggregate still? No, we've got. We could recycle, but what? Okay, but you only get 1 skill, so you recycle either Blizzard, which is like your win condition, or something that costs 0. No. You Echo Form, Zap, Secret Technique for a. Oh, but you won't be able to afford it, man. Because we have none energy. That's right. That's right. I guess I'll just A dual cast takes 0 damage. I still, like, here's the thing. As long as our HP is reasonably high, and that's an amazing draw for us, obviously. As long as our HP is reasonably high, i.e. full, when we go to that boss fight, I think we win. If it's lower than full, I can't be held responsible for my behavior, okay? Now, I gotta own this. I think that it's not for an energy-based purpose, but I think we're not playing recursion, typically, so I'm removing it. I'm using Recycle proactively to thin my deck a bit. This seems like a beautiful Mind Blast, especially I'm trying to pay attention to Pen Nib. It's not always coming to pass, but it may indeed be important, especially for a Blizzard if there's lots of enemies on the screen. God is my witness. I hate to say it, man. I kind of feel like this is a... Well, if I could evoke you for 10, it's better than... Okay, two lightnings. Which then lets us get a zap out there and evoke an orb, and we got some extra ornamental fan access out of that. No big deal. No big deal. We take those. And the thing about Slay the Spire is, you know, sometimes it can look like you're making the wrong decision when you're actually doing the right thing in the wrong way. I don't know. Did you buy it? I'm trying to phrase it in a way that you'll buy it. Frozen egg! Oh, I thought that was innate. I thought it was make a power innate. And I got so excited. I think a cheaper Mind Blast there's some utility there. Honestly, all I would really do here is get one more upgrade, I think. It's either one more upgrade or dodge an elite, and I think we'll settle for one more upgrade. So I don't really know if we use the winged boots effectively, but I do know that I had to engage in combat like 0 times on this floor, which seems like a positive for the way that I play the game, at least. Let's chill. And then Fission. Great time to draw Echo Form. Never mind. We do 50 damage. Oh, because it was a Pen Nib. I'm not upset about it. I think it's still the right way to tackle it, but that went very well. We just need, like... It's how Slay the Spire goes sometimes. I'm not mad about this one. This is pretty solid, too, but... the boss fight may come down to, can we draw Echo Form on the first couple of turns? Because if we draw it on the first couple of turns, like... I think it's over for our enemies. And let's just dump that. I don't think I'm using Purity and Recycle properly, but it is what it is. No capacitor required yet. You're doing 19 damage. I missed the part where that's my problem. And capacitor required. There you go. Yes, dude! That's what we want to see. Okay. I feel like Static Discharge makes the boss stronger. Could summon a lot of lightning for us, which would be mighty helpful. I actually think this might be like a pretty good ad. I'm gonna do it, even though it makes the boss a little bit stronger. I think we get more out of it than the boss gets. So my second attack will be Pen Nib. So, you do 58 damage. I mean, it would be incredible to just not have to deal with a spiker later on. And the self-repair, like, I don't know. I just don't see us taking damage, so I don't mind playing it for 1 instead of for 2. Horrendous draw, without a doubt. But I don't think anything stops us here in this situation. Could you help me out a little bit? Like, it's just a little... just a little silly. I could take 6 damage, but it would at least kill you. I think I'd be willing to go through with that, because we have the self-repair backing us up. I can't deal with any more dazes in my draw pile, bro. It's getting nutty. Where's my Echo Form? Where's my hug? Bro, like, but sincerely, where's my hug? Even the cards that would allow me to find other cards are stuck back there. Can you deal with that? I don't think so. I don't think so. Jack Talk Tie. Jack Talk Tie very well. You're doing 9 damage. That's an unfortunate number for you. Secret Technique into Aggregate, I can't even play it. Can't even play it. Didn't even think about it. Can't even play it. I would say again, basically I can play nothing because of your spikes. I don't want to have to deal with your spikes. Could do worse than a double recursion here, I think. What are we at? 18 block. If I hit you for this, you take 22. Okay, we're in there. No. That one, I think the boss gets more out of it than we do. I would absolutely... I mean, listen, we could upgrade every card in our deck. That actually seems like a great idea. I mean, every card in our deck you can no longer heal, and we're about to not need to heal anyway. I always do fight a boss from Act 1. I've never heard the sound like that before. I guess now what am I doing here? I'm recalling. Sorry. Well, our potions aren't that useful. And then, look, we drew what we wanted to draw anyway. So you definitely echo. And we had 5 energy because it was turn 1 anyway. We definitely freaking chill, although we should Mind Blast before we play Cool-Headed, yeah. We definitely hit you. Cool-Headed. Honestly, I think that I gotta own up to the fact that, like, Recycle isn't doing what I needed to do. That was a mistake to have taken it in the first place, and getting rid of Self-Repair just means we don't have to draw it. Although I guess we could have just, you know, on the flip side, we could have simply played it, but we don't want to see it ever again. We don't want to spend energy on it. So I'll Static Discharge for sure. Doesn't bother me. And to double up on that, we should all be so lucky. Then I would Cold Snap you. Because remember, on these, like, big fights... I was hoping to draw Blizzard. On these big fights with lots of enemies, we want to summon as many orbs as possible. So I'm saving my Pen Nib potential for maybe a better attack. Like a Blizzard, for example, which will deal 38 damage and then 19. That's still pretty good. Let me get a Secret Technique Aggregate. Rebound, Cold Snap, go for the eyes. Still taking a nasty hit here, but every time you hit me, you're going to allow me to charge 4 lightning, which is the whole reason I took this in the first place. And then, again, I don't think you can harm me. So give me 6 orb slots, bro. I want them. It does make you stronger. But when we fill these out with Frost, it's over for you. And I'm starting to think it's over for you unless I've made a grievous error, in which case, sue me. But look at these orbs, man, and once the Frost starts pumping, it's over for you. And the Frost is starting to pump. And we're on Pen Nib. Is there anything I'd like to draw? No, I don't think so. I think we just chill on this. What is this? I guess I would go double recursion to get some extra block. And then, like, we still have Pen Nib. I hate to do it, man. Rebound, defend, strike. We take 4, but in exchange we summon 4 lightning. Deal like 62 damage or something. The more Frost, the merrier. Frost me. Get blocked. I mean, we win these. Right? What are you doing? 42 damage? 42 damage, we sleep. We're not really getting calipers online quite, and I thought that we would by now. Blizzard basically kills you. Yeah. All right, that was a good run. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, but it might be tough because I enjoyed it a lot. Might not be the best run we've had on the series so far, but it was pretty smooth sailing, especially because of the winged boots, actually. But for now, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your advice. I'll see you with the Ascension 7 next time. Thanks for your support. I'll see you next time. Later.